Are we recording? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I look like a hot mess. I do, and it is true.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about witches.
Did the retrograde of literally every single planet in existence, like, these past few weeks just fuck everyone else up too? Because it fucked me up, and that's where I've been. But I'm fine, everything's fine. But in all seriousness, like, ooh, I'm so glad all of that shenanigan-y stuff is just done and over with. I think. I hope. Hey Squirrels, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Juniper Rose, just in case you don't know me. If you don't know me, hi, hello, welcome to this crazy, strange little place on the internet, like a very tiny corner, but I'm glad you're here. So today I am coming back at you with another Witchy Wonders episode because, I don't know, I like them a lot. I am also very excited because we are kind of sort of paying homage to my very first Witchy Wonders episode, which was like, goddamn, a couple of years ago almost, where I was even less sure of how to be awkward in front of a camera, which just ironically made things more awkward. But anyways, I am back at you today and we are going to be diving into 13 more myths about witches.
Yay!
I'm pretty sure this is episode 16 as well. I'm getting to that point where I'm just messing up all of the episodes and there is no sense, there is no rhyme, no reason, no concept of time, no focus. But you know what? Hey, that's me. I come on here, I ramble, I have no concept of organization or anything like that. I also don't know why I'm using a comb to... I don't even know how that got there. Also, before I get started, do you remember that one time when I did a Q&A and I said that there would be a winner for a free tarot reading? I tried to get in contact with the person that was drawn, but when I tried following them on Instagram, they never followed back. So I couldn't message them. So with that being said, I am going to be doing the drawing again so that I can pick somebody else and hopefully I can get a hold of you on Instagram and we can do the thing. But other than that, that is all of the life updates I have for you today. Let's, without further ado, dive right into 13 more myths about witches. Myth number 1. If you simply call yourself a witch, then you are a witch. Sorry guys, but no. Just because you look the part doesn't mean you actually play the part. Being a witch is so much more than dressing up to the aesthetic and giving yourself a label. If you are to be a witch, that means you are committed to a specific lifestyle, spiritual path. You have a dedicated set of practices, or that is something that you have begun your journey on. But if you just want to do it for purposes of being on trend with everybody else, then
sorry, you can't sit with us.
So myth number 2 is that you have to follow a specific path and or also work with a specific god or goddess figure. Again, this is going to be no. Yes, there are some certain types of witchcraft, certain types of Wicca that have already been defined or books have already been written about it, so on and so forth, and they do have a very specific way that they do things. And you know what? Yeah, maybe you find that you fall in line with Green Wicca or Dianic Wicca, something like that, or a specific type of witchcraft, kitchen witchery, whatever you want to call it. That is completely up to you. If you don't want to follow one specific path, but you find that you have resonance with more than one path, then by all means, like, there are no limitations for that. You can do what you feel is best for you. And along with that, the misconception or myth that you have to follow a specific god or goddess or deity set, whatever, from whatever culture, that is also your own prerogative. So you can choose to do so. You can choose to be a secular witch and just work with the energies of the universe. It's all up to you and what feels right for you, what resonates with you in here. Myth number 3, in order to be a witch or to practice witchcraft, you have to have all of the fancy tools and crystals and shit. The answer to that is, again, gonna be no. Of course, we are myth busting today.
Mythbusters!
Don't know where that came from. You don't need to have any sort of fancy books or tools or anything to actually practice witchcraft or to cast a spell. There are 3 things that you are going to need that don't cost any money. Those 3 things are going to be your focus and your willpower, your intentions, and your energy. That is it. That is all that you need to be a witch. Myth number 4 is that only females can be witches. No, it doesn't really matter what gender you identify with or don't identify with. You can be a witch just because you exist and you're interested in it. Like, that's literally all there is to it. And also, just to kind of coincide with this, if you do identify as male, no, you are not called a warlock or a wizard. Those kind of have some weird connotations with them, so you're a witch like everybody else. Myth number 5 is that in order to be a good witch, you can only practice white magic. Again, this is going to be false. Most magic that we practice is going to be in the area of gray. So how I like to look at it personally is white magic is something that is primarily used with the intention of helping the earth or with helping others. But, I mean, a lot of us do use spells to better our personal lives and to better the environment around us, make it more comfortable for us to live in, help us navigate this weird 3D world better. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But that's where we're gonna have more gray magic areas here.
Really quick, editing Junie. Hi. Hello. How doing? I just wanted to say that gray magic is neutral magic, and this also kind of encompasses protection magic and like unhexing, unjinxing, like it's neutral magic, so it's not just for like helping yourself, it's just neutral. Like, that's all there is to it. Okay, thanks.
Black magic is when you use magic with the specific intent to harm or hurt or wish ill will upon somebody else. So that is the definition of white and black magic and gray magic. Myth number 6 is that you can only practice witchcraft or...
How many times do I...
Myth number 6 is that in order to practice witchcraft or be a witch, it has to be in your bloodline. Well, again, not so much. Whether or not you have witchcraft or witches in your ancestral line has nothing to do with your personal witchy potential. Chances are, if you clicked on this video and this is the first video ever that you are seeing of me and my crazy mug, then you are at least somewhat interested in witchcraft. And that means that you have potential to be a witch if you choose. So nothing to do with your bloodlines. I mean, if you have witchcraft going back, if your great-great-grandmother practiced it, that's awesome, but it's not really a necessity. Myth number 7. This is a myth that I have come across a lot. That in order to practice witchcraft or to be truly called a witch, you have to be in a coven. Now, a coven is usually going to be a coven or gathering of 13 witches who practice a very similar type of magic or have similar morals, ethics, whatever, or they just want to practice with other people. And that's totally fine. That's up to you and your own prerogative. But there's also being a solitary witch. Now, you'll actually find that once you get more into the witchcraft community, most of us are actually going to be solitary practitioners, meaning we choose not to be in a coven, and if we do anything in a group with other people, then that's our own choice, and that's just something we decided to do probably on the fly. So myth number 8 is that you have to do spells exactly as they are written. The heck no. I don't know, that seems kind of boring to me. Like, I mean, if that's something that you want to do, great, but you may actually find that your spells are more personal and powerful if you either A, tweak the spell to suit your own needs, or you completely write your own spell. So however that looks for you, whatever works best for you and your energy, then do it. You don't have to do anything by the book here. You can do it however feels right for you. Myth number 9. I love this one because it is something I get on a regular basis when random people find out that I am a witch. This myth is that witches can get into your mind and control you.
As a matter of fact, I am controlling you right this very second. You will push the subscribe button, and you will click to receive notifications.
No, that is, that's again false. So first of all, any ethical witch values and respects the free will of others. This is any living being. Most of us have adopted the moral code of do what you will but harm none. This does come from the Wiccan Rede, and granted, not every witch follows it, but you will find that almost all of us are here to uplift and empower ourselves and other people. And we do so in a way that does not cause harm to anyone else. If you do come across anyone who is willing to breach the free will of another living being, somebody that wants to manipulate them or harm them in any way, my advice is honestly just run for the hills. Like, you don't want to be around that person ever. Moving on.
Maybe I should just start filming everything on Snapchat. Like, I don't even know at this point, but surprise, my video decided to stop recording me long before I was aware. And would this be a Juniper Rose video? Would this be me if there wasn't some kind of technical difficulty going on? No, it wouldn't, but moving right along.
Myth number 10 is that you have to wear black or have a certain aesthetic to be considered a witch. Duh, no. Like, you don't need to have any sort of aesthetic at all whatsoever. You don't need to follow a specific set of aesthetics. You can create your own aesthetic. Like, you do you, boo, okay? Thank you, camera, for that. But anyways, I don't even know where I left off, but just be careful not to get too caught up in the whole idea of aesthetics that is presented on Pinterest or Instagram or any sort of social media network, and forget about why you're here, why you are practicing witchcraft. This is about your own sense of personal power, and if surrounding yourself by a certain aesthetic makes you feel powerful, great. That is entirely your prerogative. But if you are just scrolling through Pinterest or Instagram and getting overwhelmed because maybe your practice looks nothing like what you see online, maybe your altar, you perceive it looking like crap compared to somebody else's because theirs looks so much prettier, that's kind of toxic. That is harmful behavior because you are comparing yourself with somebody else. So just because somebody has their altar looking a certain way or they made it look pretty on their Instagram page doesn't mean you have to follow that, and it doesn't mean that if you can't quote unquote live up to those standards that you're a bad witch or that you are not Instagram worthy. Like, it's just a load of crap. So do what feels right for you, do what you feel makes you empowered, and don't compare yourself to anybody else. Myth number 11. This one is interesting. Practicing witchcraft is easy. Let me let you in on a little secret here. Witchcraft is not easy. Yes, there are simple spells you can do. There are simple things that you can do, but overall, practicing witchcraft can take a lot out of you, especially if you're new to it. There's so much information out there, and a lot of the times all of this information can weave in and create this weird, interesting tangle that is not unsimilar to my jewelry collection right now, but like, you get what I mean. You have to find what works best for you, and nobody can really tell you how to do things. That's something you have to figure out on your own, and that is something that, even though a lot of people may initially become interested in witchcraft, that's something that ends up deterring them in the long run because they don't want to figure it out on their own. It's too daunting, it's too difficult, it's too much of a challenge, it puts them too far out of their box. Practicing witchcraft is something that's going to continuously push you out of your box. It's going to help you evolve in different and bigger ways than beyond what you could have ever possibly imagined. So, no, this is not an easy path, but it is very rewarding. This one is great. Okay, myth number 12. Magic doesn't apply to the laws of physics. Okay, hold up. Let me just repeat this real quick.
Magic doesn't apply to the laws of physics.
I really don't know where this came from or why this is a delusion that people are into. I don't know. There's a reason why we spell magic with a K at the end of it. It is to classify that there is a difference. Now, not everybody does this, not everybody cares to, so sometimes you will see magic ending with a C, sometimes you will see it ending in a K. But the idea of magic with a K is to identify that it is different from what is portrayed in movies and television shows. Just because we can work with a lot of interdimensional concepts doesn't mean that they are necessarily physical. Does that make sense? Let me repeat that. So just because we work with a lot of interdimensional concepts, like the concept of intent and energy, doesn't mean that we can transcend the laws of physics. So no, I cannot cast a spell on my broomstick or my vacuum cleaner and fly out of here cackling into the sky. Like, no, that's just not, no. I cannot lift my pencil with magic. And no, I cannot shoot flames out of my fingertips. As cool as that would be, like, it's just not possible without, I don't know, hand sanitizer and something flammable. But that's dangerous. That is not magic. That is stupid. Don't do that. No. And last but not least, myth number 13 is that if you cross a witch, they will curse or hex you. My answer to this is going to be A, depends on the witch. B, depends on what you did to piss them off. If you have been causing harm to this witch or the person that they love, if you have been relentlessly stalking them for some stupid reason or another, if this witch in any way feels physically threatened by you, yeah, she's probably going to take some course of action to try and protect herself or himself or themselves, however they identify as. If you decide to belittle or sabotage this witch, like literally anything that you are trying to do to cause harm to this person, yeah, they're probably going to retaliate in some form or another. And 99% of the time, this is going to be a measure that they take to protect themselves, their family, and the people that they love. So yeah, basically, my advice, don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Even if this witch decides not to curse or hex you, they're still probably going to punch you in the face Just don't be stupid. Anyways, so those are 13 more myths about witches. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it down below. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a video, since my uploading schedule is sporadic, just like me. I'm working on it. It's a process and it takes some time. But anyways, if you watched this video to the very end, please show me some love and support in the comments down below. And if you don't know what to say, or if you don't have anything to say but still want to show your support, then go ahead and leave an emoji down below. Let's do the little crystal ball emoji. I'll do my very best to respond to as many of you guys as I can after this video does go up. But yeah, other than that, until next time, this witch is out. Bye! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Volt, hi. Oh, hi. Oh, you're doing this, guys are welcome. Yes. What's going on? He just wants to be included in everything, apparently. No sense of focus, ever. But that's cool. Something I'm working on. Slowly but surely. Maybe not so surely. I don't know. I can't decide. I can't even focus enough to decide, so that's an actual thing.